Alright, I'm going to start off with breaking down really basic human form the way that I like to do it. So, kind of standing this whole spot here, I'm going to do like a 3/4 view, just to add a little nuance of depth. Um, Proportions are something that you can learn and work with once you get that better. This is just kind of just my easy form initially. So I started with the head. It's kind of an egg shape with a little bit of a cutout. Again, I said I'm going 3/4, so it's going to be facing this way right here. Block that across. Do like a rib cage type shape right here for the rib cage. It's kind of like a ball with a little cutout on the bottom. I already put in my shoulder markings here. And then the spinal column, I usually curve it a little bit forward just because that's how it'll be shaped from the side. And then I'm doing like a little pelvis bone, but it's kind of like just a triangle with rounded edges. And then knee will come down, as well as the other leg. So I'm going really light first just to kind of feel out my moves, feel out my locations here. And even with just this basic form, you can start putting in some elements to show form, space, and even a little bit of movement. So right now I'm not doing too much movement because again, he is just kind of standing there straight. Got my hands, arms. So it's kind of like the Marvel method where they'll do the skeleton type bone type work first, just finding your points and then fleshing it out. And I'm doing subtle nods to where some muscle pieces would be, but that's all a little more advanced later. This is just the basic form and then moving to where you would be fleshing things out. Usually I'd be doing that rough initial sketch part with blue, so that way my iterative process, I can get rid of the blue later, either erase it or remove it with Photoshop. Kind of an animator trick that comic book artists do, just to make sure that the final piece is going to be a little more solid. And I'm hoping to flesh this whole series out. That was my air quotes that went off the screen there. This is kind of a rough draft for me to just get a little bit of my workflow out there, and then once I get a little bit more, I guess, production value, I'll have things set so I can actually be a little more clear in the topics and go through everything. But as you see here, we have a human form, a little bit of perspective, if you will, and that's about it. 3/4 view.